Hello, I'm Paul Montague. I'm International Schooling's Director of Global Partnerships. I'm honoured to be in Dubai and privileged to be with Milena, who's one of our teachers, our outstanding teachers in international schooling. Milena, can you just introduce yourself and let us know which subjects you teach, first of all?
Thanks for asking. I come from Serbia. I teach it's almost a year of my teaching at international schooling, and I teach grade 6 to grade 12 languages, as well as a little bit of journalism, a little bit of computer sciences, and that's about it.
Perfect, thank you. Teaching in an online school is very different to teaching in a traditional face-to-face school. Why do you enjoy teaching in an online school and international schooling in particular?
That's actually a very good question, because people ask very often, why online schooling? Together with, being at home, having your own office and stuff like that, it's simply very rewarding. We have students from all over the world. We meet young individuals from different countries. We share experiences. We do teach them, but they teach us as well. So I think this rewarding nature of the job is the best thing about it.
Perfect. Thank you very, very much. That's a great answer. From your perspective, what does international schooling bring to you that's different perhaps from what you've received in terms of training in a normal school that you've been in?
I am really happy with this professional development part. We do meet, we practice, we share experiences, but also it's a challenge sometimes. So just to work is, not fulfilling. International schooling courses are challenging. You have to prepare. You need to be ready to explain stuff in detail. So the challenging nature of some of the courses is the thing that I really like, because it's not boring. It's always challenging, and we need to improve, we need to study, we need to learn as well. So I think that's the best thing about international schooling for me.
Perfect, thank you. And if we had to do one thing different and better for you as a teacher, what would that be?
I'm really not sure. Maybe we teachers need to think about the working hours that we commit to. So to organize maybe a little bit better. When it comes to school and me, we cooperate perfectly. So I don't have another answer for that.
Busa is from Turkey. She's one of our science teachers. It's a privilege to meet you this weekend.
Nice to meet you too also.
Can you talk to me a little bit about how you teach science differently online to what you would do if you're teaching it face-to-face?
Okay, I try to apply different teaching methods actually to make the science lesson with enjoyable for all the different culture of the students. And for example, I really care about the student-based learning, because when just a teacher says something in the classroom on the lesson, for example, sometimes the attention can be breakdown. And because of that, I try to apply student-based learning, such as comprehensive science and inquiry-based learning, etc. And say that think about together. And they search something together, and they are learning from each other. And this way, our lessons continue really enjoyable.
You've mentioned a word there that I think is incredibly important, and that's inquiry-based learning.
Yes.
Can you explain that a little bit more?
Actually, explain something myself. I just asking a question and make them think about some concepts, and then they ask another question, and I just make them asking good questions actually. Then they learn with themselves to thinking about the concepts deeply.
Perfect. I've asked that question because my daughter, when she was in primary school, she used to come back and she used to ask question after question after question.
Perfect.
She was an inquiry-based learner.
Yes.
She went to high school, and I can't find anything out about what she does in school at all. And it's because the teaching methodology is different. So I'm a very, very big advocate of inquiry-based learning.
Yes, this is so important.
Yes. So as a teacher in international schooling, would you recommend international schooling to other teachers who were looking to teach in an online environment?
Exactly, because I'm thinking that it is more easier than the real classroom environment to take students' attraction, because we can immediately share some kind of simulations or some kind of videos, and we can stop and talk about the videos more easier than the share or modules. And for example, our schools modules are really prepared perfectly because it's including a lot of simulations and examples, questions, etc. And we can solve the questions on the screen immediately. And because of that, I highly recommend all of the teachers can try these online environments.
Perfect. And why do you personally enjoy teaching in an online school rather than face-to-face?
We can reach all kind of students from diverse cultures from all around the world, and this is so efficient actually.
Well, thank you very, very much. It's been a pleasure getting to know you today and over the weekend. I look forward to working with you in the future, and I know our students and parents value everything that you do on a daily basis with them. So thank you very much.
I'm so glad to be a teacher. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be joined by Raymond, who teaches in our elementary school and in our high school and in the middle school. Raymond, from your perspective, what's the difference with international schooling as an employer and as a teaching institution?
What I like the most about international schooling is that we can tailor the classes to the students for their specific needs. That is something that I never see or haven't seen a lot in other schools. So here we can laser direct the class for the students. And that's something that I really love about international schooling, because the attention that we can give to the students, it's a lot better than, for example, a very big face-to-face environment.
Perfect. Can you talk about the models of teaching that you take place with international schooling? So we have one-to-one learning, we have group learning. Can you talk about those and the benefits you see for the students in those different models?
Yes. So I have one-on-one classes with my students. So the great benefit of it is that all the attention goes for the student. Everything that the student requires, I can give all the attention to that student. So that is a great benefit that I can see. One of the best ones that I can talk about. In group learnings, the great thing about it also is that it's the number of students is not super big. Like, for example, that what we see in face-to-face environments or in-person school. So even though it's group learning, it's not that big. So we can still tailor the classes for the students with no issue at all. So that's
perfect. I'm a parent of a 14-year-old, and I would absolutely love her to be in a class where she was receiving one-to-one instruction and teaching and support.
Absolutely.
I also know that my daughter has struggled in a face-to-face environment because she struggles to feel that she belongs there, that she's known and that she's seen and that she's heard by the individual teachers.
Absolutely. Yes. So here we can make the students appreciate teachers as well. We feel really appreciated here in international schooling. And that's something that I really love about this institution.
And what subject do you teach?
I teach mathematics and science.
Perfect. Now, how do you have to adapt when you're teaching maths and science online compared to when you're teaching it face-to-face in a traditional school?
As I mentioned, because I can pay more attention to my students, I can tailor the class to their specific needs. So that's something that makes the students want to learn more, be more interested in the class.
Especially. I've been privileged to witness some of your lessons with your students, and they're incredible.
Yes.
I hear the feedback when I speak to parents about the quality of teaching and learning that's taking place in international schooling in general, but in your lessons as well. So thank you very, very much for everything that you're doing in international schooling. And we look forward to working with you long, long, long into the future.
Brichet, what has interested you in international schooling? Why did you choose international schooling as a school for you?
Wow, to be honest with the diversity, I was looking at the diversity, different backgrounds that we've got, different cultures that we've got at international schooling. Not only that, the way that we are being treated as teachers at international schooling, and just in general, the culture, the way they speak to one another and treat each other at international schooling.
Have you taught in face-to-face schools as well?
I have, yes. I've been in a normal school for 10 years, and I've been teaching online for 6.
How do you find the online learning, the teaching experience? How is it different?
Well, the thing is, I think it's you build a personal relationship with your students. I think it's more personal than it is in class, because usually in class you've got more students that you need to attend to. So it's definitely you build a relationship with the parents, you build a relationship with the students. You are in communication with the parents all the time. So it's a lot different in regards to a normal school.
And what models of online learning do you participate in with online schooling?
So I do one-to-one. Yes, I love one-to-one because I love building personal relationship with my students and with their parents as well.
We're looking for the best teachers in the world, and we're lucky to have got you. Would you encourage other teachers from around the world to join international schooling?
Absolutely. I think it's a wonderful opportunity. I think that if you want to feel welcomed, if you want to feel loved, if you want to have the support and you want the training as well to become a professional teacher, absolutely. Yes.
Perfect. Can you talk to me a little bit more about the training that you've received?
100%. So every Saturday, we've got training in different backgrounds, different things that we do, how to teach, how to present yourself in the classroom, how to deal with different cultures, what to do in a stressful environment, how do you, in regards to your students, how do you pick up if the students are not themselves? And what do you do in a situation like that as well?
Perfect. Thank you. Is there anything negative about your experience with international schooling at all? And please, be honest.
Be honest. Anything negative? I would say sitting for a lot of hours. I think that's the only thing, to be honest with you, is sitting. That's it, yes.
Camilla, it's a pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure to have you here too.
Thank you. From your perspective, what makes international schooling a different type of school?
Okay, if I have to talk about international schooling, the first thing that I will mention is that having students around the world, it's something that not only as teachers make us teach, but make us learn. Let the students talk, let the students share their experience with you, let them share their knowledge, and you are going to be finding a lot of diamonds in them. Let them shine in the classes, and international schooling lets them do that. Share their knowledge, learn from us, and have a different perspective about life.
Perfect, thank you. I know from your perspective that most of your teaching, in fact all of your teaching, is in a one-to-one basis. Can you explain that to us, please? Because it's not normal for an online school or a face-to-face school to offer a one-to-one teaching model.
Yes, commonly we have group students, but having one-to-one session led us to have a personalized education for each of our students, to check their requirements, how we can personalize more the classes, how we can reach to them in a better way, which methodology to use, and which perspectives we can have. We have sessions one-to-one, the student and the teacher. Of course, they are not alone. Sometimes the parents are around, but as teachers, we are covering the whole situation for them, just to personalize the learning process and to find the best way for them.
Perfect. And what age ranges is the one-to-one teaching and learning available for?
It's a lot of them because I teach elementary students, that is one-to-one, but also I teach from grade 8 until grade 12 or one-to-one, so everyone is able for that.
Okay, fantastic. Well, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, Camilla, over the last couple of days. Thank you for everything that you're doing. I know from the students that I speak to that you're teaching that you have an incredible impact with them. And thank you very, very much.
I'm privileged to be in Dubai this weekend with our best teachers from around the world. Cassie is undoubtedly one of those. Cassie, it's a privilege to meet you and spend some time with you. I've heard great things from the parents and the students that you work with. Can you explain a little bit about the subjects that you teach and the grade levels that you teach?
Okay, so I teach English, and I teach English from grade 6 to grade 12. So, and then I also teach career education. And by career education is only grade 8, but mostly English from grade 6 to grade 12.
Perfect. Can you talk to me a little bit about the English syllabus that you're delivering then, please?
Yes, so the English syllabus is actually really good. Especially because we also have students that's their first language is not English. So now when we start with the syllabus, especially at the beginning, you have a breakdown of the language, for example. So I feel like the way we start with students, especially those students that first language is not English, we break it down immediately. And then as the modules increases, you see, okay, they develop more, they get exposed more, especially when it comes to grammar, for example, sentence structure, vocabulary. So that for me is really amazing.
So is teaching English then really speaking, listening, and reading and writing in the early stages, and then you move more onto English literature as you move through?
Yes, but actually sometimes we exposed to literature even in the beginning. But we mostly start with just the writing, the vocabulary, for example, grammar, sentence structure in the beginning.
Okay, perfect. How long have you been with international schooling?
For 2 years now.
2 years. Okay. What made you decide to join international schooling?
So the first thing that made me join international schooling was actually just the diverse culture. For me, that was something that was intriguing and that I actually felt excited about. And also when I got to, especially after the boarding process, getting to know the staff, I think that just made me fall in love with the school because of the amazing staff that you have. The students that they also have is really good. And you get exposed to different cultures, you get exposed to different religions. And that for me is just something completely different in what I experienced in a school that I was picturing.
Perfect. The world is continually changing and we have to learn, unlearn and relearn all sorts of different things. Can you just talk to me a little bit about the continuing professional development that you get within international schooling?
So with international schooling, it's amazing because every Saturday they have workshops, you have growth sessions as well. So the point of you can be, for example, comfortable, but you're growing all the time. There's always something for you to do to where you can grow. And you get to meet different teachers, you get to hear their different experiences as well. And if you're facing a challenge in those meetings, you can actually express it and there's another teacher that can to assist you. So there's really growth as well, especially with those workshops that we have as well. You really get developed as a teacher. So you don't stay the same, you're continually growing.
Absolutely, absolutely. For those teachers who are thinking about joining international schooling, what are the benefits and what have you enjoyed from being part of the international schooling family?
Yes, so especially with international schooling, I think the benefit is really good. And I'm coming from a school where I was teaching face-to-face and now coming online, especially with international schooling, I can recommend to teachers because that involvement that you get, you feel part of a family, the staff of support, even though it's online, sometimes you would think you're going to be alone, but with international schooling, you're never alone. You have a good support system as well. The student is rewarding. You exposed to different students, they bring light and joy to you as well. But the school as well it's really good. I will recommend international school.
Perfect. You made a very, very important point there that with international schooling, you never feel alone.
You never feel.
And we've tried very, very hard to build community with both our teachers and also our students. Yeah. So thank you for everything that you've been doing for us and with us. I know from speaking to the parents and the students that you work with that they're incredibly pleased with the work that you do. You represent us fantastically on a daily basis, and we wouldn't be half of who we are without you working for us. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much for this honor. It's honestly a privilege to be here today.
We have over 600 teachers that work in international schooling with us, and we have the top 10 with us this weekend. Claudine, it's been a pleasure getting to know you over the last couple of days. Could you just introduce yourself and say where you're from and what subject you teach, please?
Thank you. It's nice meeting you as well. I'm Claudine and I'm from the Philippines. So I teach middle school and high school. And the majority of the courses that I have is world history.
Okay, perfect. Can you talk to me a little bit about world history, please?
Yes. So world history, what maybe one thing that I can share to you is our oldest skeleton ever found from Africa. And also what is interesting in world history is the students are able to know about different culture and tradition of different countries. That's why they really appreciate these things. And it's lovely to see those students who are really interested, knowing what is in history, what happening in before, and also so that we can prepare for the future. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now, you're in the Philippines, yeah? So in terms of the students that you connect with and you work with, do you work with students in South America, Middle East, Asia? Do you work with all of those?
Yes.
Perfect. And do you find the different cultures react differently when you're teaching.
Yes, and also what is amazing here that I can see in international schooling is since we are flexible as well and we are able to meet different students all over the world, so we get to introduce to them also those culture, those traditions of different countries, and also I love to hear that they really accept it. It's like uniting the world, like spreading positivity. Whatever culture you have, traditions, yeah.
Perfect. I think cross-cultural understanding is very, very important, and not having it has led to a lot of problems in the world. From your perspective, what do you enjoy about teaching in international schooling?
Yes, I love teaching in international schooling since I am a history teacher to meet different cultures, different students. Maybe English is not their first language, but I can see, the eagerness of them to learn new things. And I really love to meet different people all over the world, especially those students. And yeah, it's happening here in international schooling.
Perfect. Well, Claudie, thank you very, very much for everything you do with our learners on a daily basis. I know it has an immense impact because I speak to the students and their parents. So thank you for everything that you're doing.
Thank you as well. I really love here in international schooling. It's like a family, and I'm proud to be part of international schooling.
I'm privileged to be here today with Heloise, who's flown all the way from Brazil, and a place I can pronounce. So can you please do that for me?
Sure. I came from Curitiba, Brazil, the south of Brazil.
Perfect. And just let us know which subjects you teach.
I teach elementary school, so grades K to 5. And I teach art, technology, language arts, math, and science.
Perfect. I know many parents whose children may have some special educational needs are very, very worried about putting them in an online school. I know you teach a lot of our special educational needs students. So can you talk to me a little bit about that and how you'd adjust your teaching to suit their needs?
Sure. That's a very interesting question because at first I thought it would be a big challenge because we know that schools around the world, they are facing those challenges from different countries. Like it's sometimes very hard for teachers to adapt teaching a classroom full of students, some with special needs. And at international schooling, we can give them our full attention. So I have students who are nonverbal students, and I can see a lot of progress. I can see their parents talking to me and crying because they had never seen their kids so happy before. So that makes it really special, and I feel so grateful. And well, when we teach, especially online, we need to know each other so we can adjust according to each one. So, for example, with some students, they are really good at drawing. So, the subjects that I would teach in a different way, with them, we can teach through drawings. And that works. And students who once didn't speak, they start talking. And that's very rewarding.
Wow. That sounds absolutely incredible. I can only imagine the parental response that you get to somebody who has never spoken before starting to speak because of your teaching. It must be incredibly proud for you and also a very, very important moment for the parents and indeed the student.
Yes.
Can you explain a little bit about some of the challenges you may face when you're teaching in an online school that's global?
Sure. So teaching globally means that, well, at first we have to keep an open mind because we are going to meet students from many different countries and cultures, religions as well. So it's very interesting and we learn a lot from them. Like I can meet the world from my computer. And I love that about international schooling. So teachers need to be mindful. That's the first thing I would say. And willing to connect.
Perfect. I love that phrase. I'm able to meet the world from my computer. It's been a privilege speaking to you. I've spoken to some of the parents and the students that you work with, and I know you have an immense impact on a daily basis on their lives. So thank you for everything that you're doing with us and for our families. And we look forward to working with you long, long, long into the future.
Thank you very much. That's what I wish.
So my name is Hind. I am Moroccan. I teach French mainly. I also teach lifestyle. I also teach a little bit of journalism, alongside with fitness and lifestyle design.
Okay, perfect. Lifestyle design is not a course that traditionally is taught within a school. Can you let us know a little bit about what that course is?
Absolutely. So it's actually an elective, one of the electives that we offer for our students to choose from if they want to, study something that is not mandatory as a subject. However, they want to, they are interested by that subject, for example, or they think it might be useful for their, everyday life. So fitness lifestyle is lifestyle design is one of these subjects. It actually teaches students how to deal with their health and well-being on a daily basis. So it's all about, sports, nutrition, how to deal with stress, with all the tasks, our daily tasks that we have to do every day. So that's pretty much what it's about.
It sounds excellent. So it's more of a skills-based course. So
Exactly.
fitness, health, nutrition, and then social emotional learning and coping, those sorts of things as well.
Exactly, absolutely.
Perfect. You've chosen to teach in an online school. Why do you like teaching in an online school?
Actually, what I think the most enriching and very, very exciting about international schooling is the cultural diversity and how enriching the daily interactions with our colleagues, with our students, and also with our team. It's actually, every time we think that we might be culturally different, however, every time we meet or we have, a workshop with our teammates, we actually figure out that we all came from the same background and we're gonna say human beings. So even though different teachers and different students from different backgrounds and cultures makes the experience very enriching, makes us learn about each other's lives.
So you've talked about cultural diversity, you've talked about working with children in different countries. You're based in Morocco. Which countries are the children in that you work with?
Actually, I have students from all around the world. We're going to say from Africa to Asia to Australia. Mostly I have a lot of students from Latin America as well. So I got pretty much very used to them. It's like that we are from the same country pretty much, because I've had so many of students from Latin America. Actually, it's like from all around the world.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here. Yes, from Brazil to the world, I would say. Yes, and I teach elementary students, so basically grade K to 5. So I teach 5 subjects like math, language arts, science, art, and technology.
Many parents, when they think of online schooling and when they go back to the bad old days, which was COVID, kindergarten to grade 5 is something that they're very scared of in terms of teaching online. So how do you make the kindergarten to grade 5 experience different, interesting, and wonderful for our learners?
I think it's a very interesting question as when we talk about that, because parents think that the kids need to be in school for that, like a face-to-face one. And it's amazing the challenge that we have to show parents that that's real, online school works. Yes, and I had the first challenge that I have was like to teach a child to read, yes, in language arts. And when I saw that it is possible, the parents saw it was possible. Yes, it changed the whole scenario. Yes, even when I teach art as well. Yes, parents ask, but are you going to create some artwork in classes? And yes, I'm doing that. Yeah, so I ask parents to separate all the material for painting, for creating, and that's fun. The students love that.
So international schooling, they offer a number of different models of learning that a student could take. One of those is one-to-one. Could you describe a little bit about what one-to-one learning is and why you think that's a benefit for the teacher, but also for the students?
I think there's a lot of benefits for one-to-one because we can focus on the student. And as well, the student can focus on what he's learning. So it's all the student centered over there. Yeah, so the care that the teacher has for the child to learn and see all the development of the child during the learning process, it's amazing.
You mentioned a very, very important phrase there, and that was student-centered and personalized. And when I speak to parents and I speak to students, that's what they value so much about international schooling. From your perspective, what is great about international schooling, and you would encourage other teachers to join international schooling for?
Yeah, I think this possibility to work to really focus on the student is one of them. Yes, I even suggested the international schooling for parents that I know that back there in Brazil, and also for teachers, because we have all this flexibility to work wherever we are, and the child can be whatever place in the world. Yes, that's something that is amazing. We don't have this one when we are in a face-to-face environment of learning, but it's something that I really recommend. Yes, because international schooling, in my opinion, it's the best online school ever.
What makes it, and for your opinion, what makes it the best online school ever?
I think all this flexibility and the idea that we can really focus on the student, and the student, it's all centered. Yeah, so that's it. It's amazing.
Thank you very, very much. I've spoken to some of your students. I've spoken to the parents of those students. They all speak incredibly highly of you and the work that you're doing in international schooling. So thank you very, very much for everything that you do on a daily basis with us. It's been a pleasure speaking to you today and getting to know you over the next couple of days.
It's my pleasure as well.
Thank you very, very much.